Hey guys, thanks for joining me again on another episode of Jack's Mechanics. Today we've got a 2015 Nissan Navara. This is a D23 NP300 2.3 litre YD23. I think it's a twin turbo model. Got a check engine light with a customer complaint and no drivability concerns, so I spoke to him on the phone when he booked it in. Just currently scanning the car. It's also in for a service. He also made mention of the battery, and he thought maybe the battery was on its way out. And when I started the car, definitely sounded laboured, and seems like the battery is failing. We also got a battery voltage issue present in the engine. So we'll just let this finish. Automatic speed control device function, probably the cruise control, not going to worry about that. Brake switch, we may be an issue, haven't done any work to it yet. We've got our EGR water pumps, which are at the front of the engine on this one, I believe in front of the radiator. Okay, so just shut the car down, key it back up. Another battery voltage, ignition voltage, low voltage. Not too sure on the self shutdown code. Low voltage, and in the OBD we've got the EGR coolant pump. Alright, we'll just have a look at some data. An itchy arm. Not sure how accurate this voltage is up the top here. We'll just try and work quick, knowing that we've got a poor battery. Probably should put a battery maintainer on it. Travelled with malfunction 11,000 Ks. That doesn't make sense. Got 114,000 Ks. 17 degrees. So had good power in the module there. 6 Ks. So look at this one. Looks like it might have saved freeze frame for all of these. Low voltage. It's probably on initial crank. Let's pick that up. Okay, I think we'll just confirm that this battery is in fact dead, or dying at least. What's the data? Would be nice if it told us what the data was going to be for. I should go through all of this. Brake pedal. Okay. So it's registering a brake pedal is working. EGR, low pressure. Just trying to work fast here, like I say, with the battery. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, just had to help the apprentice with the set of brake pads. Surely there's going to be some. See, this computer supply voltage 1175 and 11.1. I don't think this is accurate. Surely there's going to be a data PID for the EGR cooling pumps. I mean, you would think it would be weird for both the pumps to fail. Maybe one of them's failed. And they run off the same fuse, and maybe one's shorted and it's blown the fuse or something like that. Generally, a fuse would run more than just a couple of things though. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Alright, we're just going to jump in the engine bay and have a look. Just go back and EGR water pump circuit. Alright, we're going to check the battery. We're going to fix the battery voltage issue. Then we're going to attack these EGR coolant pumps. Alright, we're simply just going to put the current pile on there. 720 cold cranking amps. Battery voltage is already a bit low. To see. Sometimes this can be a bit. It's a bit old, this one. Alright, I'll just try and get this thing working. 1 second. Alright, I got it to pull 500 and that's just chopping that battery. So just give the customer a quick call and make sure that he's okay for us to do that before we proceed. Or we'll get a battery in it and then attack these coolant pumps. They're down the front there, there's one. And there's the other one. Probably pull this cover off. Just give us a bit more access to it. Bear with me, guys. So we're back in business. Got a brand new Bosch battery in there. Yep, like I said, we've got our coolant pump for the EGR down there. I'm not sure which one is A, which one is B. But they've got different wires going to them. And then they are linked into each other. Got the key on at the moment. See, it just was going through the functional tests, but there's no special functions. Yeah, there's no functional tests that I could find, I guess. We'll see. Okay, nothing there. We'll just clear the codes, keys on. But again, brand new battery, 11.5 volts. This thing's definitely not accurate. Just check the coolant level, make sure that's okay. Okay, we've got coolant in there. Tiny bit low, but that's fine. I believe these pumps are current monitored. So what you might have sometimes is, if a repair is done on the cooling system, this particular engine has to be bled with a vacuum bleeder, so it vacuums all the air out of the system, and then you open a valve and coolant rushes in to bleed out these air pumps and stuff like that. These coolant pumps, sorry, they would be air pumps if you didn't do the vacuum bleeding. So when they go low on coolant, or if they're not bled out, the current is lower because it's got no resistance against the coolant, and that flags a code. So not sure if it's had any coolant system repairs. We can have a look. Usually if you have different clamps, that would be like a sign that that's happened, that it's had any work done to it. Nothing that I can see that's obvious. So still just clearing our codes. I just want to see if these pumps do anything when we start the car. I'm not particularly sure when they're meant to come on, so you know, it would be great to be able to control them. Failing that, I might just unplug them and see if they've got power and ground. You would think that you would be able to hear them. Okay, no codes. Just start the car. Hopefully the scan tool doesn't fall off the front of the car. Just going to put my hand down there and feel the coolant pumps. That feels like it's doing something. So does that. They're definitely doing something. They're definitely not dead. I don't think they're doing much. I'm just going to pause the video and try again, see if I can find some data through the coolant pumps. I believe there should be some, but I don't want to bore you guys with another 10-minute scrolling video. So definitely got no data, no functional tests, went into OBD, nothing in there. Thought, you know, make sure that they're definitely flowing some current. Only 1.2 amps. It seems a little bit low. I would have thought maybe it should be a bit more than that, but I've never checked one of these before. Both pumps pulling the same amount of current, both on the same circuit, both powers and grounds on the same circuit, and then controlled by the PCM. I think what I will do is drive it and check to see if we can get an engine light to come back on. But yeah, don't really have much direction, other than I guess maybe the pumps are failing. But a bit weird that they both failed at the same time, and also they're drawing the same amount of current. You would hopefully think that one would be a bit different, but not sure right now. I'm going to take this for a test drive and see what happens. So I test drove it. It drives fine. I decided to bring it back and call the customer, asked if he had any coolant loss issues. No coolant loss. Said that one day he just started the car and it came on. The car's been driving fine. Just scoping our one of our pumps at the moment. Got a power feed getting checked out. We've got good power. I also checked the control, which I'll pause the video and I'll swap it over to the control. So we've got good control, pulse-width modulation, that's fine. We can check, I could show you the ground, but the ground is good, ground's fine. One thing I did notice, this hose is not very hot and there's no pressure in there. But if we go around to the temp gauge, I guess it's still warming up. Because as I had my hand down the front of there, getting in the connectors, you know, that hose is not very hot. That hose is not hot at all. Just feeling the hoses. You know, there's not a lot of heat circulating through this whole system. So I guess that's got me slightly worried. Yeah, I need to think about this a little bit. So this is where we're at. We've confirmed the power, we've confirmed the ground, we've confirmed the control. There is no heat around here. I went into the car, I turned the heater on. There is hot air coming from the heater core. This particular hose area up here is not hot, and I believe that might be because our coolant pumps are routed in this way. Sorry, we just had somebody turn the radio up. So I believe that it's because it's routed into the top hose here. See, now I've got my hand, the car turned off and it's flowing, sort of just getting like warmed up from itself. That's quite warm now. Well, these hoses down here are still cold to touch. I believe that the pumps are just failing and not flowing the coolant, and the current's low, I guess because of inside. Yeah, I just wonder if there's like an airlock or something in there. I honestly want to pull it off and check. I just want to do that. I think I'll do that. I'll pull an easy one off and check just to make sure we've got coolant at least at this area. So we'll just see. Okay. Alright, so there's plenty of coolant. Alright, we're going to tell the guy that it needs pumps and see what he wants to do. Hey guys, so conclusion with that Navara, customer doesn't want to go ahead with the coolant pumps. There's about $1,000. They're about $350 each from Nissan, and about $300 to basically do the job, vacuum bleed it. Like I mentioned, crucial on this car, has to be vacuum bled, and that's basically that. either way, I think I'm confident in the diagnosis of the pump just being, mechanical failure, 113 or 114,000 Ks. I called Nissan, they said they sell many pumps, so yeah, looks like that's what the go is. Like if they do have a leak and the air gets into that particular part of the system, then yes, you need to be vacuum bleeding it, and it could also set this fault and the pumps could be working okay. Not the case in this one. Cooling system's never been apart, no reason for air to be in there, never been low, customers never filled it up. Obviously I pulled the hose off, we had heaps of coolant around there, so that's perfectly fine. I think that's about it. I wish we could take a measurement after of the new pumps. We do see a few of these come through, so I will take a measurement next time we see one of the coolant pump amperage, and hopefully I will put it down in the description of a known good value of what that pump should be pulling. So yeah, that's it guys. Like usual, thanks for following me. Appreciate all you guys subscribing, and if you learned anything, please consider subscribing, and catch you the next one. Take care.